Grace Wisher, the black girl who helped sew America. Step 1. The name buried in history. When people hear about the American flag, schools teach them about Betsy Ross. But almost no one has ever heard of Grace Wisher, a 13-year-old enslaved black girl who actually helped sew that flag. That silence isn't an accident. It's erasure. 2. A child in chains. Grace wasn't just young. She was enslaved. At 13, instead of playing or learning freely, she was forced into an apprenticeship in Betsy Ross's shop. But apprenticeship was just a soft word for servitude. She had no choice. Her hands were used to build someone else's legacy. 3. Sewing a nation's symbol. It was in that shop that Grace helped sew the flag that became America's most powerful symbol. Thread by thread, star by star, she was shaping history, while her own life was considered property. That contradiction is America itself. 4. Betsy Ross got the credit. Betsy Ross became a household name, written in textbooks, celebrated as a founding mother. Grace Wisher's name erased. It's the pattern. White names get statues, black names get silence. 5. The anthem connection. The very flag Grace helped create inspired Francis Scott Key to write the national anthem. But Key was a slaveholder. He sang about freedom, while people like Grace were enslaved. Imagine the hypocrisy. An anthem about liberty built on the labor of a child in chains. 6. The flag of freedom built by the enslaved. Every time Americans salute the flag, they say it represents liberty and justice. But that flag was literally sewn by someone who had no liberty, no justice, no freedom. The symbol collapses under its own hypocrisy. 7. The blueprint of America. Grace's story isn't unique. It's the blueprint. Black people build the foundation, create the culture, make the symbols, and then get written out of the story. From the White House built by enslaved Africans to the music that became American culture, we create, they erase. 8. The illusion of pride. Americans take pride in that flag, waving it on July 4th, singing to it at games and draping it over coffins. But almost no one knows that it carries the fingerprints of an enslaved black child. They've been programmed to see the symbol, but never the truth. 9. The silence is violence. Why don't schools teach about Grace Wisher? Because if people knew, the flag would no longer be pure. It would expose America's freedom as built on the backs of those denied it. Erasure is not just forgetting, it's violence against memory. 10. Grace Wisher was there. She stitched. She labored. She helped create the very flag America worships. Yet her name is forgotten. The truth is this: we created the flag, but we never got the credit. Every time that flag waves, it waves on the backs of erased black hands. Final thought. America waves a flag sewn by a 13-year-old enslaved black girl, but they never wave her name.